Welcome back to the podcast, you beautiful soul. I hope you are well, and I hope you're having a beautiful and inspired day today. We're talking about self-sabotage and self-doubt today. They're very intertwined, and I'm going to explain to you what they are, why are they happening, how are they happening, and how to fix it. So I'm going to show you how to step-by-step overcome these problems that show up in our life. Because something that I'm very passionate about, the work that I do, is a lot of the challenges that we're experiencing in our life, they're symptoms of deeper causes. And nothing against other coaches or ways of healing or ways of doing work on yourself, but a lot of people solve symptoms. Say I break my arm and I take a green whistle for anyone in Australia, or I take a really heavy pain medication to numb the pain. You've numbed the pain. I've solved the symptom, but I haven't fixed the broken arm. So as soon as the numbing wears off, the arm's still broken and it's going to be painful again. So with the work that I do for everything, whether it's self-doubt, self-sabotage, whether it's getting triggered like no tomorrow in your relationship, whether it's screwing up your business, you're not able to break through in your business, you're too fearful to start the business, you're having conflicts within your business, your personal life, your professional life, you're doubting yourself, you're beating yourself up. All of that stuff is just symptoms of deeper things. So what I'm going to be going through is explain to you, why are these showing up? Why are you self-sabotaging? Why are you self-doubting yourself? And then what can you actually do to solve this and to fix the root cause, not the symptom. With that being said, guys, if you could do me a massive favor, I would be so grateful if you could like the video down below, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It helps me so much. It just shares it with the algorithm and it just shares it with more people. So I get to help more people. And that's my purpose, is to heal and improve the consciousness of the world. And it just allows me to do that. So thank you so much. With that being said, let's rock and roll. So first things first, there's a couple steps we're going to go through. There are 5 steps we're going through today. First things first, I rarely do a video without mentioning the word values. So values, for people that haven't heard me before, go to episode 200 of my podcast, watch the video version. There is a PDF, and I actually show you step by step of how to determine your values, because most people don't know what they are. They think they do. They think values like freedom, honesty, loyalty, integrity, respect. None of those are values. Those are social idealisms of what values, quote, should be. People say I value honesty, and I'll ask them if they do. They'll put their hand up and say yes. Then I'll say, put your hand up if you've lied before. Everyone puts their hand back up. Those are human traits. Those are human characteristics that we all express. Now, you can value them more than other traits. That is true. But your intrinsic values of what drive you most in life, those are not them. They can be things like family, things like relationships, things like business, things like career, things like family, experiences, music, dancing, animals, coaching, teaching. They're things that you do, things that you prioritize, things that you demonstrate. You demonstrate your values. You talk about them. You think about them. You spend money on them. You surround yourself with them, because they're actually intrinsically important to you. And that is how you be authentic. So if you ever want to understand being your authentic self, it's understanding your values and living in alignment with them. That's how you feel fulfilled, you feel energized, you feel inspired, you have clarity for your life. So the first step when it comes to self-doubt and self-sabotage is understanding what your values are and living to them. Because a symptom of living in unalignment with your values or having conflict with your values, a symptom of that is self-doubt and self-sabotage. I'll use self-sabotage. It's an easier one to explain. Say, for example, you value your family, and family is your highest value. It lights you up. It fulfills you. You get inspired by it. You love it. You love spending time with your family. And that might be your kids or your partner or your immediate family. It doesn't matter. Say it's family. And say someone comes along and they say, you should, and just to pause it here, whenever someone uses the words you have to, you ought to, you've got to, you should, you must, or some iteration of that, someone is putting their values ahead of someone else. If I say you should go do this or you should go do that, that's me putting my values ahead of yours. So let's keep talking. So someone values family. Someone comes along and says, you should go to the gym more because you're looking fat, you're looking ugly, you're looking overweight. You should go to the gym, or you must go to the gym. And they make you feel insecure, and they put their values ahead of you. So then you start going to the gym. So you put health ahead of family, when family is actually intrinsically what you value the most. So then you start going to the gym, you start training really hard, and you actually are taken away from spending time with your family. The feedback you're going to experience is you're going to beat yourself up. You're going to have negative self-talk. You're going to doubt yourself. Your self-worth's going to be very low, and it's going to continue like that because it's feedback to help you be authentic. Everything in life is feedback to help you live in congruency with your values and your purpose. It's like, as simple as that is, people don't really understand that, hence the work that I do. So if you put someone else's values ahead of yours and you actually do it and you follow through with it and it takes away from the things that you actually want to do, you're going to beat yourself up. You're going to have negative self-talk. You're going to have all those things I just said. And eventually you're going to, quote, self-sabotage those goals of your health and fitness because they weren't actually important to you, that you didn't actually want to do them. You're putting someone else's values ahead of your own. I love this quote. I use this quote all the time. I'll say that again. Motivation, the need for motivation, is a symptom of an uninspired goal. I'll say that again. The need for motivation is a symptom of an uninspired goal. Right now, it's a Sunday morning and it's just before 8 a.m. Sunday morning, 8 a.m. I'm here filming a podcast. No one had to motivate me to do this. No one had to send me a text message, check in with me. Hey, Louis, you should do more podcasting. I'm here doing it because I'm inspired to do it. I want to do it. It's that my highest value is coaching. This is coaching for me. So I see podcasting, making content as coaching. My second highest value is learning. I learn by teaching. The person with the pen or the person teaching learns the most. My third highest value is wealth. So by helping more people, learning more, coaching more people, I'm going to increase my wealth. So I'm living to my values and I want to do it. If someone said, hey, you should get out of the house more, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, that's just them injecting and putting their values ahead of yours. And we've all experienced it. Your parents, your friends, the government, whatever it may be, people on social media, when you can actually get clear on who you authentically are intrinsically, which comes down to your values, your purpose, your mission, your vision, when you get really clear on that, and you live in congruency with it, you feel incredible. You feel inspired. Your energy increases. Your level to manifest increases because your energy is increased. And you just have an incredible quality life. Because to have an incredible quality life comes down to two things. The science of achievement. So that's like, how do you do the thing? So if you want to lose weight or be healthy, there's a formula to being healthy. Within reason, everyone has their own biological differences, but there's principles that need to be followed. If you don't exercise and you eat bad food and you don't sleep well or drink enough water, you're probably not going to be very healthy. So there's the science aspect, which is kind of like the nuts and bolts of what to do and what not to do. But then there's the art of fulfillment. And this is kind of what we're talking about right now. The art of fulfillment is unique to everyone. What fulfills me is different to what fulfills you. It's Sunday morning, I'm filming a fucking podcast. Most people probably don't want to do that. And that's cool. That's my values versus yours. You might want to go walk your dog, which I'm actually doing after this podcast. You might want to go train because you value health. You might want to go spend time with your kids because you value your kids. You might have gone out last night because you value experiences and you're hungover right now. Or are you compensating for unhealed trauma? That's a different conversation. But you want to just make sure, guys, you know what your values are. When you know what they are and you live in congruency with them, you feel incredible, you feel inspired, you don't doubt yourself and you don't self-sabotage because you're actually following what intrinsically draws you, okay? So if you want help with your values, go to episode 200 of my podcast. YouTube, I'd ideally do YouTube or Spotify because there's a video there because I actually show you the questions and answer the questions and there's a free PDF to download as well so you can actually do the work, okay? So enjoy that. So that's step one. There's a conflict in your values. Secondly, now there's a second point, but there's two parts to this point. Secondly is your beliefs. You have limiting beliefs around the areas that you're doubting yourself in or that you're self-sabotaging in. Remember this line. We always make our beliefs true. Say that again. We always make our beliefs true. It's the old Henry Ford quote, if you've heard this one before. If you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. So if you've got beliefs about the world, so there's different layers of world. There's global beliefs like all men are assholes. If you believe that, you're going to only find that. You're going to find all the assholes in the world and you'll find them even if they're not there. There's local beliefs, like it might be about your country, like Australians are like this or Europeans are like this. And then there's local beliefs to you. Like I believe this business or my individual life or who I am. There's global, there's national, and then there's local beliefs, okay? So whatever your beliefs are, your belief systems, they become the lens in which you view life through and how you view life. So if you believe, as an example, money is evil. I'm not good with money. I'm just not someone who understands finances. Money is painful. Whatever. There's a belief around money that is limiting, hence the name limiting beliefs. Then you will always make that belief true. So if you start taking action to go start a business or start to increase your income, and even if you do, you will magically find a way to get rid of it. So you'll self-sabotage on your goals because your goals say one thing, but your beliefs say something else. So you got to make sure you're identifying what those beliefs are, destroying them. That's a process that I go through, and rewriting those beliefs so your beliefs and your goals are actually in alignment. So that shows up with self-doubt and self-sabotage. If you believe you're just not a confident person, you're not good with women, you're not good with men, you're not a beautiful person, you're an ugly person, you're not good with money, this is who I am. All beliefs are repeated thoughts grounded in lived experiences. Repeated thoughts. I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. Whatever fires together, wires together. You neurologically, with your neuro connections, they connect and they wire and they myelinate and they get stronger, and that becomes the belief that you have for yourself. And back to what I said before, we always make our beliefs true. So identifying those limiting beliefs, and that can be hard to do. Sometimes you can be aware of yours, and you definitely will if you think about it. But it's hard to see the trees through the forest. If you're in the forest, it's hard to see what's going on. So it's good to have a coach and a mentor, which is one of the points I'll get to soon, to be able to identify your limiting beliefs, because you'll throw them out in passing. Like I obviously do a fair bit of coaching with what I do, and a client will say something, and I said, can you repeat what you just said? And I said, is that an empowering or limiting belief? And like, oh shit, did I just say that? Yeah, yes, you did. And then you identify it, then you do the process, which I have. How do you destroy? And there's many ways to do that. It's like a CD for old school CD people that use CDs back in the day. If you scratch a CD once, it's still probably going to play a little bit, but if you scratch the absolute shit out of it, it's no longer going to play. So you've scratched and destroyed that. There's a process we do to do that, but then you must find a replacement CD to replace that limiting belief. So that would be the second point. And the second point is unhealed trauma, unhealed wounds. If you've got wounds, which is lopsided perceptions, that have not been balanced and healed through, they create and influence your beliefs. So they kind of go hand in hand. Say you've been abused, for example, in a relationship. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, you had a very fucking painful experience in a relationship. That experience can directly create the belief that's limiting you. All men are assholes. Relationships are painful. I'm not good at relationships. I won't open up because I've been hurt before. So those beliefs can directly come from unhealed shit you haven't worked through. That's why I'm so big on inner work. Inner work, some people don't like to do it because it's painful. I get that. But the feedback you're getting through life, the pain in your relationships, the pain in your business, the self-sabotaging, the self-doubt, the procrastination, the unfulfillment, it's just all feedback to help you be authentic, to help you do the inner work, okay? So part 2 of point 2 is unhealed stuff. So trauma, wounds, lopsided perceptions, things you're holding on to, things you haven't processed and let go of, okay? So let's repeat those. There's a values conflict. Go do episode 200 of my podcast, get clear on your values, live in alignment with them. Step number 2, limiting beliefs. Identify them, destroy them, rewrite them. Also, heal through your stuff. Go do the inner work. Find a therapist, find a counselor, find a coach, find a mentor, find someone to help you do that stuff. Number 3 is a bit more practical now. Get clear on what it is that you want to do. Complexity is the enemy of execution. If you don't know what to do, you're going to doubt yourself. You're going to self-sabotage. Yes, some people have like this absolute clarity and certainty that they can just always figure it out, and that's a good attitude to have. That's why it's important to work on your mindset. But you still want to have clarity. If I said eat the whale in one bite, how would you do it? You wouldn't. It would be overwhelming. It's way too overwhelming. You can't do it. You need to chunk it down into bite-sized pieces. That's where planning comes into it. What are your outcomes for the next, well, what's your purpose in life? This is what I do. This is my process just to summarize it for you quickly. What's your values? We do that first. What's your purpose in life? What's your gift to give to the world? What's meaningful to you? What fills you up? What do you love? What's your mission in your life? What's the big, hairy, audacious goal that we want to hit that gives us something to aim for? What's your vision for your life? So what does your life look like once we've hit the mission? Your family, your friends, your relationships, your health, your finances, your experiences, whatever it may be. So you've got the intrinsic drive to go chase the vision. Without a vision, people perish. So get really clear on your desired future, your vision, and then we go into outcomes. What are we achieving in the next 12 months? What do we achieve in the next quarter, the next month, the next week, the next day? And we do daily huddles. I do daily huddles every day with my partner and with my clients and my team as well. So what are you excited for today? This is a daily huddle for people listening. What are you excited for today? What are your outcomes for yesterday? Done or not done? Why weren't they done? Accountability, transparency. Number 3, what are you achieving today? Number 4, do you need any support with what you're achieving today? Number 5, what are you grateful for? There's obviously a lot of nuances within that. Well, that's just a good bird's eye view of it. So you need to have a plan. So break your goals down into a plan. So those are the 3 big steps. And then the next 2 are just kind of like add-ons to those, okay? So to summarize those, get clear on your values, live in alignment with them. Number 3, rewrite those limiting beliefs, do the inner work. 3 is get clear on the plan, what needs to be done to get to where I want to get to. Now, 2 steps to help you actually do that. Number 1, get around the right people. You become who you hang with. If you hang around people who aren't taking action, who are playing victim, who aren't doing anything with their life, and they've just got excuses and they're staying a victim in their pity party, you're going to become like that. You become who you hang with. You've heard that 10,000 times before. So you got to work on yourself. Be around the right people. Get around it. It can be uncomfortable. Sometimes you got to pay for it. You got to pay for seminars. You got to pay for workshops. You got to pay for mentors. You got to do that. That's cool. It's the price you pay. Welcome to fucking life. That's what you got to do. So that would be step number 1. And step number 2, get a mentor. So I just mentioned get around the right people. That might be paying a mentor. So they might be the same answer just now. But get a mentor. Find someone who, 1, you align with. You got to connect with them because you could go to 2 people. 2 people could have the exact same value to add, but if you don't align with one of them, or you don't feel vulnerable and safe to be vulnerable, I should say, to be honest and vulnerable and connect with them, you're not going to get the value from them. That's why people that come to me, some of them I align with and I can help, and some of them I can't. And that's why I'm honest with who I can and can't work with. And I refer people who I can't help or I'm the wrong person to work with them, okay? So, 2, they've gotten results for themselves. And 3, they've gotten results for others, okay? So when you're looking for a mentor, those are the 3 things I'm looking for. 1, do I like this person? Like, do I vibe with them? Is the energy good? Do I like their way of speaking? Do I get along with them? Like, do I like this person's vibe, energy, connection? Beautiful. 2nd, have they gotten results for themselves? I do not personally, and this is right or wrong, I do not listen to people who have not gotten the results for themselves. I'm not listening to these, quote, armchair gurus who have read some books, watched some videos, and never actually applied it to their own life. It's kind of like an overweight personal trainer telling you how to be healthy. Yes, I get it. You can intellectually understand what to do, but until you've been in the trenches and actually done the fucking work to get the result, I don't actually believe you know how to do it. Because by doing it, there's going to be things that you learn that you wouldn't have learned through a fucking book. And that's my true belief anyways. So someone you align with, someone who has gotten the result for themselves, and someone who's gotten results for other people. Because if you can get it for yourself, fantastic. That's the first step. You can't help anyone until you've helped yourself. But then learning to help someone else and multiple people, that requires another skill set. How to communicate, how to influence, how to lead, how to systemize. So that's what I look for when I'm looking for a mentor, just so you know. Let's summarize this whole podcast. If you self-doubt or self-sabotage, there's 3 things happening. Number 1, there's a conflict in values. Okay, you know what to do. Go watch the episode 200. You know what to do. Number 2, you've got limiting beliefs and unhealed parts of you that you haven't worked through. Go do the inner work. Find someone to help you do that. I do that. That is the work that I do. But you don't have to do that, because if you just heard what I said about finding a mentor, if I don't tick those boxes for you, beautiful. Go find someone else. There's plenty of healers, plenty of people that can help you with that stuff out there. I've obviously got my way, my style that gets results. So that's cool. Find someone to help you do that stuff. Number 3, get a plan. I love planning. Break it down, have absolute clarity on what needs to be done, okay? Then the final 2 steps, get around the right people, you pick up their beliefs, you pick up their habits, you pick up their energy, you become who you hang with. And then the last step, get a mentor. Get a coach, get a mentor, get someone to help you and guide you down this pathway so you can model and turn decades into days. Don't spend 5 years figuring it out yourself. Find someone who's done it, pay the money, get it within 3 months, and you've just saved yourself over 4.5 years of failing and erroring and whatever. So yes, you've paid money, but you've gotten time back. So go find someone that can help you with that. And I gave you my tips on how to find a mentor, someone that you align with, you connect with, you like their energy, you like their vibe. Second, they've helped themselves. Second, they've helped others. I hope you're well, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching this podcast. If you got value from it, please, if you haven't, comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate that. And send it to a friend that you think will get value from this. I love you guys. I'll speak to you soon. Oh, before I go, there is a link down below for a free strategy call if you're wanting to work with me, okay? If you align with me, everything, and you're wanting to invest into your growth to do the things that I've spoken about today or other things that you think I can help you with, go below. There's a link for a free strategy call. It is only available for people who are ready to do the work. You can drag a horse to water, can't make it drink. If you're not ready to take a drink, do not book in. Only book in if you're ready to take a drink. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.